A lot of you have been asking me about some SoundCore earbuds that just came out. Quest 2, Quest Pro. These promise wireless freedom. They come with their own dongle to plug in. And SoundCore is actually by Anker, which I didn't even know that. Let's check this out. $100. I had to buy these myself. I didn't have a contact or anybody, and everyone was asking about them, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy them. These are the wireless VR earbuds, VR P10. Oh, and something that someone pointed out is these are actually made for Meta, some sort of new potential partner program or something. I mean, Anker made their charging dock, kind of some wannabe AirPod thing going on here with the case. Okay. Oh boy, magnetic. Let's find some bits. Here's our dongle. Interestingly, in the package with the book, I guess maybe if they're worried about you losing it, books and crap, we might actually need those. Little SoundCore dongle has a pass-through charging spot so that you can continue to charge your Quest 2 or run your battery pack. Hopefully, we got a USB A to C to charge this whole thing in the bottom hole right there. And then we've got some different tips here. Small, medium, large. I'm gonna try the small first. Not uncomfortable, not bad. I'll try the medium in my other ear and then decide which way I want to go here. At least with the small so far, it's not doing much to block out outside noise. It's not like some headphones, you put them in and it's like an earplug. Okay, I'm definitely getting that bit more with the medium. Does feel like it's stretching my ear a little to get it in there though. Probably not gonna be the most long-term comfortable solution, but we'll start with the medium. I know like AirPods have coined the look of like the hang down bit. I hate that look personally. I think it always looks weird. People are used to that now, so seeing this, it wouldn't look that weird to them. When you close the case, it's got a little eye on there. Unplug this, unplug all my things here. I should read the manual and all that, and we'll get to that. But if I get these things in, I just wanna plug it in and see what happens, So I'm gonna declare so far they don't seem to be just simple plug and play like I was hoping. Now, of course, the question, did these even come in charge? There's a light on the case, so I would assume they're charged. We got a blinking blue light on the front. Quick start guide. Messed around with it for a few. After plugging in very briefly, open it up and we get full purple lights, temp number 2. Ooh, I heard a little doodle-doo. And now I have sound. This could be totally unrelated, but I feel like so far my Quest 2 hates them because I've tried to open Pistol Whip a couple times now and I have yet to get it actually to open. It opened to where I could hear it there, but the game wasn't showing on my screen still. It could just be the usual glitches and things, but it is a little odd. Very first impressions, I'm shocked at how not loud they are. Like I'm used to my external speakers, or if I'm using the Quest 2 speakers, having full volume. But if I plug in headphones, especially earbuds, never full volume. I would blow my eardrums. I need to figure out if they have their own independent volume that I need to turn up, because right now I have them at max volume. The gunshots even aren't hurting my ears. It's loud, but it's not like overpoweringly loud. I feel like with earbuds, you should never rock max volume. There should be that bit of wiggle room. The gunshots have a nice thump to them when typically they sound a little tinny. In here, they sound really good. I just can't believe I'm rocking any earbuds on max volume right now. That shouldn't be possible. Switching games, I'm switching to Demio because the Demio intro, the S's are a little hissy at max volume. It's not bad. It's good quality audio. It's just not overwhelming me with volume. The really high sounds, they're a little tinny. So like the menu, when you're like scrolling between things in Demio, it has like this ting, 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 and it's like a tick, 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 which isn't great. The bass sounds good. The audio clarity through the mid sound really good. The highs are a little not to my liking. Is there some way to turn the volume up through the like actual headphones? Controls. I can play pause, I can skip, I can make a call. None of these things are gonna work on the Quest, but it doesn't look like I have any more control over volume than what I'm dealing with already. Well, obviously audio is more than volume. I gotta do quite a bit of testing on these. I wanna know how long they last. First impressions at $100, it gets loud enough. Don't get me wrong there. Like, people might be like, oh, well, why would you want it to be too loud for your ears? But I want the flexibility. I feel like you should never have to rock anything at full volume, because maybe you put it on someone who has hard of hearing, or maybe there's some circumstance where you need it to be a little louder because your outside world's louder. If I'm in this quiet of a studio and I'm already rocking it at full volume and I don't feel like it's too loud, like I feel like it's fine. Even some games, I want it there. That's not a great start. I'm gonna do some more messing around and come back at you with some more facts and figures as I learn a bit more about these. First impressions are a little rough, I'll be honest. I'll get back at you. After weeks of testing and it getting extremely cold in Oregon now, I'm here to talk with you about some final thoughts. One of the first things actually when I took it off camera, what am I gonna do with this dongle? I looked in the top and I saw there's these little notches way in there, and I thought maybe, just maybe, you just drop it in there, which is actually a really cool feature. It's magnetic just like these are, and when it drops in there, it's just gonna stay. Getting it out is a little awkward. There's not a really easy way to get your finger in there. If I had smaller fingers, probably wouldn't be a thing, but I did find that when I had to get out, it took a little bit of attempt to make it happen. The biggest problem I had with these when I first tried them on, I just didn't feel like they got the volume I was looking for on the Quest. Some people have said if you go in, side Quest in an equalizer, do it on, if you're using it on the other device, crank them up a little bit, that works. I don't wanna do that with something that I just bought for $100. I wanna be able to just put this on and have it work. And for most people, it'll get loud enough at least at max volume. But I really personally think any headphones you use, you should be able to have some range above that in case you're in a loud area or you need to go a little louder. Obviously you shouldn't damage your hearing, but I want the option to get a little louder, and I found virtually every game I played with these struggled to get too loud. It got just loud enough, which was okay. Now where these started to shine a little better actually was when I started trying them on other devices. When paired to a phone, it did get a little more volume, and something that's kind of just an unsung benefit that you don't really think about having a dongle like this. If my phone was having Bluetooth troubles or just didn't want to connect something, I just plugged this thing in. Instantly it worked, which was kind of cool. Most phones though, you have a case on them or something, you're not gonna be able to just plug this in. But like if I had my Pixel and I didn't have a case on it, I could just snap this in there, or I could move this between devices, and it just made that part really easy, which I like. That's actually one of their advertised features about this. $100 gets you this. $15 a piece will get you more of these. You can leave one in your PlayStation, you can leave one in your Switch, you can leave one in your Xbox. It will simultaneously connect to whatever you're using and save you the trouble of going through and repairing. So that kind of feels revolutionary in the way of Bluetooth, and I like that feature. When it comes to the actual headset use, I mostly played on the Quest 2, but I did play it on the Quest Pro some. I do like that when you just plug this in, it still has your pass-through, but what we discovered, pass-through doesn't always work. Kind of like those Logitech Chorus. Remember all the trouble you're having through pass-through? Well, maybe we're learning it's actually something more to do with pass-through being reliable for charging rather than the actual Logitech Chorus themselves. They were just one of the things that tried to do it, and we learned it didn't always work. There'd be times where it just wouldn't pair. I'd have to unplug, plug it in to pair, then I could plug something in to pass it through. Also causes problems. You can't pass a link cable through here and run on PC. Not really a surprise there that it can't handle that kind of data, but it's just one thing that you kind of hope with something new they would have made happen. Battery life claims seem to live up. They say 6 hours on a charge. I would run these things on my Quest 2 with my Bobo VR battery on the back. With that and the Quest 2 battery, I usually get about 5 hours of play, and these never ran dry. They say you'll get 4 charges out of these, making it 24 hours total on one charge. I have bad luck with every case like this I ever get, I swear. I feel like I never get quite what they say. I got about 20 hours. The problem is you don't always run these things fully dead. You put them back in, you do that over and over. You can lose some through efficiency with batteries, but I felt like it didn't quite give me that whole 24 hours, but it was still more than enough. The one difficulty though is if you really like these and these were your main headphones, if they die, it's not like there's an easy way to just quickly juice them or plug them in. You gotta go put them on a charger and then come back. You're gonna be probably resorting back to the stock audio once in a while if you forget to keep this thing charged up and ready to go. It's a mild consideration, but it's something to think about. Sound quality ultimately was also another thing that did shine pretty decently if you like earbuds that actually have bass. When you listen to music on your phone on these, it sounds really good. Some of those really high notes, some of those S's, get a little hissy, like I said before, but you don't really notice that so much in music. It's more in like gaming and vocals when people are talking that you notice that. Latency, I really was surprised. In games, I felt like I could never tell that these were wireless. Granted, you got a very tight connection to 2.4 gigahertz, and it's like, you know, it's only having to travel very small ways. They advertise it's less than 0.3, 30 milliseconds, but it's light enough that I felt like I didn't notice latency problems. So what I found was the directional audio. When you turn side to side, you take something off your side and you shoot it, it's very convincing. I really thought that would be something that might drop off, and I found it to be still just as convincing. In the Quest 2, it has good directional audio with headphones, but it's not like incredible like the binaural audio the PSVR had. But this feels just as good as any other Quest 2 headphones that I've used. And a small benefit of them that you don't really think about when it comes to earbuds until you're using them actively and using them a lot, it really is nice to just take the headset off and not think about the fact that there's still these cables and you're gonna feel it pull out uncomfortably. The one last thing I do want to bring up that's kind of important to me as far as wireless earbuds go, noise isolation or noise cancellation. Obviously these have no active noise cancellation, but noise isolation is when they create like an earplug effect and kind of block out some of that noise from the outside world. Really nice on planes and stuff. These don't do that at all for me. I tried every different size ear cup. The way they go in, they always just kind of slip in, they stay in there. But even these like really cheap Tozo $15 ones I have, you put these in and it's like an earplug on this side. Like all of a sudden the way you hear changes, it almost, you feel that pressure inside. Could never get that effect. These always very easily just slip back out no matter which ear cup I had them on. Where these, I pull them out and it's kind of like you feel that like you're pulling your brain with it, which is good for if you're in places that are loud. Final thoughts on these. Personally, I think $100 is a little high. If you're someone who's gonna pay $130 and get a couple extra dongles, put them in your other devices and have that convenience of always having this ready to go, that adds some value. But what I will say is $100 just for the Quest 2, I think is a little much, but if you're also in need of a good set of earbuds that have some nice bass, you're going on airplanes, you take these out and go other places with you, these are actually pretty cool. I most likely will continue using these, not always on my Quest 2, these will probably be my go-to earbuds for taking places, utilizing them for traveling, or if I just need to put myself in something that I don't want other people to hear. I like these for that. And $100, it feels like a little much, but the fact that I get all these extra benefits of them, I can use them on my Quest without any latency issues, I can have that wireless effect, that adds the value to me to make it worth it, but just worth it. What do you think? I know some of you out there said you already ordered these, you're excited to get yours. Some of you probably have them by now. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments too. And to some people, $100 for headphones doesn't seem like a lot. There's ones that cost so much these days, it's wild, but to me, 100 is quite a bit. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in another reality.